Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be trying out the 4-4-2. This variation of the formation is with the two CDMs, which I personally believe is the better version of the formation because you always want to have a balance between your back four and your midfield, and I feel like having those two CDMs is very, very important. Now, we're going to be talking about the quality of players that I had in this draft and why I think this formation is a really, really effective attacking one. It's not necessarily the most meta, because the most meta is to park the bus and kind of just like allow people to attack against your defensive AI. But for the fun concept, this is why I like playing drafts. I like to try out different things. I like to put high pressure on my opponents so that way I can get the ball quicker and then score more goals, right? Because that's what's fun for me in FIFA. So with this formation, with the 4-4-2, with the fullbacks, we have stay back while attacking and overlap. With the left mids and right mids, it will depend on how the game is going. We will either have them unbalanced or to come back in defense. I think initially I told them to come back in defense because it's not even for the overpowered defensive AI thing. It's because when I get possession of the ball, I feel like they're too far up from my position for me to pass them the ball and for me to progress forward. So I like them being closer to me when I do get the ball back. So with the left mids and right mids, I think I started off with comeback and defense. With the two CDMs, I have them set to stay back while attacking and cover the center. And with the strikers, they are set to balanced. I don't touch them at all. Now, the thing about this formation that I noticed a lot is no matter what custom tactics I chose, I never liked how the middle was set up. And that is a huge part in play because of how EA have set up this game in regards to they want you to play more defensive than open. It wouldn't bother me as much if the game revolved around back and forth FIFA, right? Where if I attack him, his midfield will be somewhat open, and if he attacks me, my midfield will be somewhat open unless I'm controlling the certain midfielders, right? So because it's really about having just basically 9 people behind the ball, it's the one thing you definitely notice the game is kind of forcing you to do. But again, I'm playing a draft. I want to have fun. I want to attack against my opposition. So I'll let you guys know how I felt about the team. I think we were using Lothar Matthäus as one of the CDMs, and then we were using Lerma as one of the other CDMs. The one thing I will say is that you definitely, just like any other formation, you need two good midfielders to make this formation work the best way it could possibly work, right? With Matthäus's card, I'm going to search this up right now, but with Matthäus's card, he felt like he was playing on high work rates, which in a 4-4-2 is not, it's not a work rate that I prefer to have. It's a very, very odd one. So with the CDM card on Matthäus, he is a high work rated player. You could definitely notice these things in game. Yeah, I just wasn't a huge fan of his. The one thing that you definitely notice with midfielders, and I feel like this is just a general thing nowadays, is having dribbling in every position is important. So for this draft gameplay in the 4-4-2, the gameplay was awful, right? So when I was using Matthäus's card, he felt even worse because his agility and balance is so low. Yes, he is 5'9", so it's not gonna be like it's not like it's gonna take forever. But when you use players like a Guendouzi, right, who can actually dribble really quickly on the ball, it's a huge difference, right? And I feel like depending on how the gameplay is, you want to have someone that's going to be able to dribble really well. And I think I like Matthäus's card in every other regard but the dribbling, and that's why I would never buy the card itself. The high work rates would be okay if he's used as a CDM in a 4-2-3-1 narrow. I've already used Matthäus as in a 4-2-3-1 narrow formation as one of the CDMs, and I really enjoyed using him there because when you have someone who is medium high and high or high medium and high, there seems to be a balance between the two work rates, right? So when I was using Matthäus in that 4-2-3-1 formation, which you guys will probably see in the next video, I enjoyed him, or the video before this, I enjoyed him a lot more because the way that the formation was kind of based off of was based off of more about his defending than his attacking, right? In a 4-4-2, they're not they play the CDM role, but because you're missing the cam, they still push up in that open space, right? So with Matthäus's card, I wasn't a huge fan of his. I was using Thierry Henry. I love using Thierry Henry. His physical presence helps out so much in certain areas. Griezmann is a ton of fun to use. I actually really enjoyed using him because Griezmann's, again, him and Vinicius Jr. Are very fast at dribbling with the ball at their feet, right? My nose always itches when I'm talking this much. I don't know why. Yeah, so him and Vinicius Jr. are very quick at dribbling with the ball at their feet, and they're really fast at taking that extra touch you need for you to be able to do that finish. And you'll notice that sometimes when I'm playing this draft with Vinicius Jr. and Griezmann, they always, it's not always, but against the bad gameplay, they do those responsive dribbles quicker than people that wouldn't, right? So that's why I really enjoyed using them. I had a typical Mohamed Salah on the right side. Mendy, the left back Mendy, probably the best left back in this game. He's never disappointed me a single time in this game. He's an absolute monster. Really enjoyed using him. But yeah, this formation is very effective on the attack. The way that you progress forward is nice because with a 4-4-2, again, you can always exploit that fullback area because people always overcommit. So because they always overcommit, it's nice to have the left mids and right mids to run in behind that space, right? The thing that's from this formation is missing is definitely a cam, right? But it is what it is, right? You have to work with what you got. With the two CDMs on stay back while attacking, and I think it was just stay back while attacking and cover center. When you're with your left mids and right mids, you can transition back and pass it to the CDMs, and then your CDMs can transition back forward, right? So with the two strikers, if you're about all these passing plays, it's nice to have two different strikers to pass the ball amongst each other. So that way, when you are progressing forward, you can do 1-2 or quick 1-2 passing plays. Griezmann and Vinicius, because their dribbling is so quick and responsive, they're gonna take all those little extra touches you need. Even if the gameplay is bad, it's gonna take a little while, but he'll still do it quicker than most players in the game. It's very nice to open up the space, right? But again, as you're using the formation, you truly realize it sucks not having that cam spot, but it is a very effective formation on the attack. The thing that I noticed when I was playing with this formation in particular is that the middle opened up all the time. And again, because I'm not playing in Division Rivals, Division 1, or even Foot Champs, I'm not playing against people who are constantly parking the bus, but I do come against them from time to time in Foot Draft. But I want to play this high pressure situation where I have pressure on heavy touch, high depth, not high width, but probably like on a 5 width in the custom tactics, because I want to get the ball back and I want to enjoy the game. I want to attack against someone who is not completely parking the bus the entire time. Every time I come up against them in draft, it's infuriating to not play against the actual person, right? So hopefully EA does something about the finishing and the defensive AI, or at least adjust the finishing to be overpowered against this defensive AI, because there's a video that I retweeted recently where literally 4 AI players did a slide tackle block when someone took a shot, and they all did it in a synchronized manner, 1 2 3 4, and it was crazy. But yeah, every time I use Griezmann, the one thing I need to say about Griezmann is that he feels very clinical. I don't know if it's like a certain trait that he might have on his card. I'm gonna go check it right now. I think I had like the 90 version, it was a 91, so it's the best version of his card. He has traits like finesse shot and speed dribbler, but speed dribbler apparently is only CPU AI only. Now, obviously, he has 89 composure and 95 finishing, but there's certain players where it feels as though they have like a hidden trait or tactic to them where they just finish consistently. Because like even when I used to use Michy Batshuayi back in the day, when I first started my Ultimate Team, he was just very consistent in scoring, right? And it's the same with Griezmann. Like when you take a shot with Griezmann, he just feels like a finisher, right? Suarez is very similar, but it's very odd. It feels like there's something towards that, because dude, you can use someone that has like better shooting stats than Griezmann, but he'll still miss. But Griezmann will be more clinical. It's a very odd thing. I don't know if it's like a okay, so he has specialities. I don't know how crazy specialities are in FIFA, because he has clinical finisher as a speciality. He has dribbler, so obviously that helps out, I guess, in game. Complete forward, I don't know what complete forward does. And poacher, I guess it's there for being in the right positions for the deflections. But if I search up like who have I used as a finisher and I just despised of. I don't know. Like, let's just go to Sane, I guess. Like, even Leroy Sané's like headliner card. Leroy Sané's headliner card. It already just got off the whole thing. I think the specialities is a very big thing in FIFA that people probably don't look at. I don't know if they affect online play, but it feels like they do, right? Sane has Speedster. I don't know what Speedster does. Maybe that means that he likes to cut in behind the defense a lot, because that's something you definitely notice that the player does a lot. Dribbler, he's very good at dribbling with the ball at his feet, because he also has 90 agility, 82 balance nowadays, so that's way better than his 86 card. Never mind, it's not. It's literally the same thing. His headliner, what's the difference between his headliner? Okay, so they increase his shooting, his passing, and his dribbler. Okay, so they increase some of those stats. But yeah, with Sane, he doesn't have clinical finisher, but you can kind of tell, right? When you're using Griezmann, he's definitely really good in the finishing department. I'm actually gonna check out Cristiano Ronaldo's card right now. I know it's a Team of the Year version, but I don't know if it's different with specialities with all the different cards in this game. Let me see his speciality. So he has clinical finish, blah, blah, blah. He has that. I'm thinking of strikers. Like, what about Rashford? Is Rashford clinical at finishing? He might actually not be, because they probably like compare him to how he is in real life. So he has speedster, dribbler, distance shooter, and acrobat. So he doesn't have clinical finisher. Yeah, I don't know, man. When you use players like Griezmann, like, their finishing is just on another level. The last but not least I want to check is Vinicius's card. Vinicius does not, he can't. He doesn't feel like a clinical finisher, but he's a very dude. That card, that card where it's I don't even remember what these things are called, like the Future Stars card. Dude, this thing is freaking insane. What a freaking card. He does have clinical finisher. Complete forward, acrobat, distance shooter, dribbler, speedster. Yeah, see, when I look at this card, man, every time I use him in the draft, he's an absolute god for me. I don't know what it is. But, yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for the draft today. I hope you guys enjoy those highlights and the general discussion. Be sure to let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. Next video, I'm going to be using the Del Piero card, the new one. And I'm going to be letting you guys know how I feel about that card in general. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Let's get into the pack opening, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. Alright guys, so let's go check out who we get in our packs. Gameplay was dog shit. My players are sliding all over the place, but we'll just get with it. So let's just open these packs really quickly to let you guys know who we get. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, so we got this guy as one of them. Go ahead and skip this real quick. Here we go. Send that. Bang, bang. Quick sell that. Boom, boom. Rare players pack. Open that bad boy. And we get no boards. Cool, that's what I like to see. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys watching this entire gameplay. 4-4-2 is a very fun formation to use. Very, very effective in the attack. And yeah, I will see you guys for the next video. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.